So today I want to talk about the Big Ten and subcommittee and how this is even getting more Byzantine, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on the step milk. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. Today on the show, I want to talk a little bit about the Big Ten and the subcommittee that is being formed to try to see if they can come up with a plan that passes muster for the medical folks. And if it passes muster for the medical folks, then we can talk about the university presidents maybe sitting down to vote to have fall football in October and get into a little bit of college game day and stuff in the first half of the college football weekend. Feels a little bit more real now that we have some Power 5 teams playing. Kansas State is playing Arkansas State on the television right now. And I knew there was college football because Gus Johnson waited like 2 minutes into the broadcast before he made a basketball analogy during the football broadcast. And that's how I know we're here. Talk about he and Joel Klatt going pick and pop, going pick and roll because they don't have a stats guy and a stage manager. It's just them up there. I'm like, yo, man, I do this every day. Anyway, the thing that was shocking to me, the one college football thing that I just was not prepared for is Kansas State playing Lift Every Voice and Sing before the game. Legitimate question here. I'm asking in all sincerity. How many of our white brothers and sisters, especially at that game, recognize the melody to Lift Every Voice and Sing? And if you are asking questions about what Lift Every Voice and Sing is, I need you to investigate my culture like I investigate yours, all right? I know every word to Call in Baton Rouge. I can actually play Stars on the Water on my guitar. I played the stuff that works, right? By Guy Clark. Meanwhile, if I have Lift Every Voice and Sing, I kind of wonder whether or not y'all gonna be able to put it together. Like, for real. Matter of fact, lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Like, can you get through the whole, first stanza? I mean, there's a lot of people that can't get to the second stanza, and then that third stanza, we don't really talk about that one. But look, Skylar Thompson went out there on his first series and completed a smash route concept. And if Skylar Thompson is dropping dimes into the bucket, like opening a piggy bank and putting a dime in there, then Kansas State actually is legitimately good, even if they ain't have their still assortment of wide receivers. Shout out to Jay Adams, who had one hell of a play that looked like a catch that wasn't a catch because he bobbled it at the end. All right, now I want to talk a little bit about the Big Ten, okay? So check it. Dennis Dodd, with the first 3 paragraphs of his column, puts it all in perspective. The first full weekend of the 2020 college football season kicks off Saturday with the Big Ten among 4 FBS conferences continuing to contemplate whether it will be part of that fall season. A Big Ten medical subcommittee is considering whether it has new findings to send to league presidents about a potential start to the season before the league's projected date of spring 2021. Those recommendations would then be forwarded to the Big Ten's Return to Competition Task Force, which is preparing for the, quote, safe resumption of sports competition as soon as possible, end quote. In an attempt at transparency, the Big Ten on Friday night released a list of its myriad committees reporting to that task force. The determination at this point remains whether the 14 Big Ten presidents and the chancellors will gather for what would amount to a revote on the August 11th decision to postpone the fall football season. And as of right now, the news is they don't think that they're going to get enough, muster and facts to change the majority of Big Ten presidents' minds. Matter of fact, Rutgers president goes on record like, I'm not changing my mind. And right now it feels like we got 8 that want to play and 6 that don't, when you need 9 to get the season going if you're a Big Ten football program. So you need to be able to sway one of those 6 to say we want to play fall football. And it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. It looks like there's still a deadlock at 8-6, but that's the vote. You got to go through 2 different committees before you get to the vote, in which case this is looking a lot like a state legislature, which is not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. It's just what it is. Then early on game day, we had 4 head coaches in what they called a roundtable on Zoom call looking depressed and demoralized to be talking about not playing football at a time when Big 12 is playing football, ACC is playing football, and there are these group of 5 teams and conferences that are playing football across Conference USA, the American, and the like. And man, Ryan Day and James Franklin were just like, look, man, I understand they want to be safe, but facts have changed. We have more. I would like to play football. I've already lost Wyatt Davis, who is the best guard available in the NFL draft, to opting out. James Franklin's going, I need a football season. My university is losing buku money. But then they got that endowment they're going to help with. Look, I understand where everybody is on this. And I also get that it's really up to those university presidents, and you need 60% of 14 to say we want to play. And it doesn't look like we're going to get that anyway. Sucks. I'm sorry to put it that way. I'm sorry that this is where we all are. I also understand that if you are a Big Ten fan and you watch the ACC play tonight, right? You see Clemson and Wake Forest, and you watch Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne and Joseph Nada go out there and show everybody what's really good. You feel some kind of way because Ohio State was not just in that game. They had opportunities to win that game in the Fiesta Bowl last year. And if Jeff Okudah's incompletion is actually a fumble recovery, they might win that game. If Chris Olave does not break off his route or slip before it, they might win that game. They also had what I thought was the most talented football team in America in 2020. I still pick Alabama to win the national championship because I believe that they're that talented and that they can go toe-to-toe on defense. And if you're really talking about what the skill players are going to look like, that would have been an awesome game to watch, right? Because you're really saying, is Justin Fields better than Mac Jones? Yes, but it's not. It's an 11-man sport. You need more than just Justin Fields to win it. That said, I would not have been the least bit shocked if Ohio State had won this national championship. And that's what we're talking about as well. Ohio State has the most talented football team they've had probably since 2016, right? I would even say as far back as 2014. But that's because I really expect this team to be the best that we had seen in the last 10 years at Ohio State. And that's saying a lot because like the 2012 team goes undefeated. Urban Meyer's first year, they don't get to play in a bowl game because, Jim Tressel and bowl bans. And then you got Penn State, who really wants to prove that this is not Ohio State's division. You have Michigan that wants to do the same. Michigan State picked up a big-time linebacker commit on Friday. They want to play football, or we thought, right? But see, here's the thing. The University of Michigan going into this and saying we changed our mind would be a big deal. One, because it's Michigan, and two, because they're one of the 6 holdouts. And it seems like everybody but the university president wants to play football, and it's really his decision to make. If Mark Schlissel wanted to play football, I think the Big Ten would be playing football in October. It just doesn't look like he's going to be moved by this, man. And if I'm Maryland, I don't see a reason to do this either. Like, I'm not into it. I also understand that I can't even have fans in the stands. Like, watching BYU Navy was just weird, right? In large part because we didn't have any fans in the stands, even as BYU and, their 27-year-old offensive linemen were just sunning Navy midshipmen who had not tackled at all. So I understand why they were looking so bad and why Ken Niumatalolo is also dejected, saying that was the worst game that Navy's probably ever played. Sucks. All right, that's it for me. Doses.